Hey everybody, already made a video today, but I'm making another one since I read this article and I wanted to chat about it. So Brantford's number one with ER visits and overdoses, and obviously it's been the fentanyl crisis, the opioid crisis has been a huge thing, and there's been some response obviously with the naloxone kits. And that's important. I think the naloxone kits are great. If someone overdoses, revive them, get them to the hospital. I got one. We get them into the hands of as many people as we can in Hamilton. And you can get them at any pharmacy. But harm reduction is pushed a lot by our government. And what I wanted to talk about is you see these articles in the newspaper and it's always crisis, crisis, crisis. But what you never do see is the fact that people do recover. People live abstinence lifestyles. So I'm not suggesting that it's for everybody necessarily, but it might be. And I just wanted to share a little story. When I first got sober, I was 23 and I was in detox, and they suggested to me that I needed treatment. So I'm asking around, I'm finding out what treatments are available, and I hear that there is a treatment where you can drink. They give you a drink once an hour. So immediately, boom, that's the one for me, right? The only way I'm comfortable, the only way I'm okay in the midst of my addiction is having alcohol, is having substance. So if I had my choice at that point in time in my life, I would 100% be dead by now. My pancreatitis, my physical, health, I would be dead by now if I got my choice. And the only reason I'm saying that is because choice, patient choice, client choice is very, very, very important, and you have to work with that. But it's also important to share, and I'd like to see the media, I'd like to see our newspapers, I'd like to see our government officials stand up and say, there's also people who are living in an abstinent-based lifestyle, and I think there's probably a better opportunity of education from people who are living in recovery than having police officers and emergency services go into schools or go into wherever and to share like the risks of the lifestyle. That's obviously important to understand the consequences. But what is recovery really? What does that mean for me? It's not the substances. It's not alcohol. It's not the substance. It's an experience within me. The effect is the substances. The effect is alcohol. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. I really don't. So we as a society, media, let's hear some of the great stories. Let's talk about it. And this is what I've been trying to do with my videos. This is what Joy Dorsey is trying to do at the end of the month when we're raising money for St. Leonard's, when we're sharing our stories, is people do recover. You do have a choice. There is abstinence, there is harm reduction, but let's hear about the abstinence as well. And let's hear the fact that, you don't have to be living a crazy crisis-filled lifestyle. There is support out there. And let's hear about some of the good stories. Let's hear about some of the positives of people living in recovery and what they're doing. I know so many people, mutual aid groups, 12-step groups. These groups and people that are attending these groups are doing very well. Obviously, there's experiences on both ends, but what keeps people from talking about it is the anonymity factor. So I think that's also, you got to be mindful too of I got to share my story. And it's the whole reason I've been making these videos. So just food for thought. I hope these videos get around to like people, officials, and they can see that, there's good stories out there that can be written about as well. There's good stuff that we can talk about that's happening with addiction. And it's important for people who are suffering to know that. You may not necessarily need harm reduction. You may want to take a shot at abstinence. So just thoughts. I hope everybody has a great rest of the weekend. And, props to our city. I know we got the detox and everything. Everybody working real hard on that. And, it's going to continuously get better. I just wanted to add my piece. Thank you.